Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk to you about a Shark UltraLight vacuum with no suction. I'll be going over some easy fixes to try first in this very simplistic tutorial. Without further ado, let's get into this instructional video tutorial. I'll be going over 5 simple things that you can try out, and hopefully one of them works for you and gets your vacuum to have some suction once again so that you can clean your floors and get back to your regular cleaning routine. Without further ado, we're going to start off with number 1. Number 1 is empty the dust canister. So on your Shark vacuum, there's going to be a dust canister. You're going to want to empty it out, okay? Basically just press on the 2 sort of tabs like this, pivot it out of place like that, okay? And then there's a little icon over here like a trash can picture. Press that, open it up, empty out your dust canister, close it back up just like that, and then pivot it back into place, and you're good to go. And that's the first thing you should do, because if your dust canister is full, you will lack suction. So you will lack suction, and if your dust canister is full enough, then you're gonna lack a lot of suction. You could potentially have no suction at all or barely any suction. So empty the dust canister, that's number 1. Moving on to number 2. Number 2 is clean the filters. So there are 2 types of filters on this vacuum. The first one over here is on the dust canister. So when you remove it, you can see right over there, those are one type of filter, okay? And put that back in place. The second one is like this, and I've popped that off. That is the second type of filter over there. If your filters are clogged and dirty, there's not going to be enough airflow, and it's going to make the vacuum lack suction or have no suction at all. So clean the filters. If your filters are dirty, if they're clogged, if they haven't been cleaned in a long time, if you've done a lot of vacuuming, even if it's in a short period of time, but you've done a lot of vacuuming and you haven't cleaned them, then guess what? Clean the filters. It could be a big reason why your vacuum has no suction or barely any suction at all, okay? So with that being said, go and look up the specific tutorials for cleaning those filters. I just showed you where they were, but you want to look up the specific tutorials for cleaning the filters or consult your owner's manual with regards to the process for cleaning the filters. Now that I showed you where they are, you can go ahead and look it up and figure out exactly how to do it, okay? So that's number 2, clean the filters. Number 3 is look for a clog or obstruction. If the vacuum is clogged or obstructed, then guess what? It's not going to be able to suck things. It's going to lack suction or have no suction at all. So take a look for a clog or obstruction. Look in the actual unit itself, okay? Take a look in the unit itself. And you want to look through any attachments they're using. So you can look through the pole over here, make sure there's no clogs or obstructions. And then even the base, if you're using the base, no clogs or obstructions. Take a look, make sure there's no clogs or obstructions. If it's clogged or obstructed, guess what? It's going to lack suction or have no suction at all because it can't get the airflow that it needs. Plain and simple. So hopefully you can clear out those clogs and obstructions, and you can sort of, or you see that there's none at all in there, and you can rule that off the list. But definitely take a look and see if there are any. And if there are some, clear them out. If there are none, you can move on. Okay? Moving on to number 4. Number 4 is ensure all the pieces are together properly. If the pieces are not together properly, guess what? There's going to be a poor airflow, there's going to be a poor connection, and it's going to cause a lack of suction or no suction at all. Because this is meant for tightness in order to, this is sucking air, right? If this is not connected properly, then guess what? Let's say it's not connected properly. The air is not going to be sucking from where it's supposed to be down here. It's going to be sucking from all around here, right? So let's say you just push it like this, right? The air is going to be sucking from everywhere, and it's not going to have the suction that you want. So if it's not connected properly, then guess what? You're going to be lacking suction, okay? Last but not least is number 5. Number 5 is inspect for air leaks. So here's the thing. Let's say you have it connected properly all the way, right? But for whatever reason, there's an air leak somewhere, it's going to be sucking from the air leak. Now, I will say, Shark makes awesome products. This vacuum is awesome. It is highly unlikely that it's going to experience a leak. However, if you are using it and it's bumping everywhere and you're, it's smashing, it's falling downstairs, it's falling over all the time, you know what? Yeah, maybe one of the pieces is going to chip or break, and eventually it's going to get a leak. So it all depends. But if you're using it regularly, I'm going to tell you you're probably not going to have an air leak because it's a high quality product. So if you're just using it normally, then, and you're treating it respectfully, then it's probably not going to have a leak. But if you're tossing it around and using it disrespectfully, then guess what? You might have an air leak, and that's going to cause a lack of suction. So just as it's as it's turned on, sort of feel around for any air leaks. You're gonna just sort of wave your hand around for any air leaks. And a little tip when you're trying to feel for an air leak or for air movement is if you wet your hand. So for instance, like for myself, what I could do is I could just take a little touch of water and I could rub it on my hand, okay? And then as the vacuum is turned on, I'm gonna take my wet palm and just move it around to feel for any air leaks. And when your hand is wet, you have a higher tendency, higher likelihood to feel any air movement. You don't have to wet your hand, but if you wet your hand and you move it around with the wet palm, okay, you're gonna be more likely to feel any air movement. Very, very simple. That's it. So yeah, that's just a little tip. Wet your palm and then sort of wave it around the area to see if you're getting any air movement. It just makes it more likely for you to actually feel that air movement and to see if there's a leak. But that's it. Hopefully you can use these tips, tricks, and sort of fixes to get your vacuum suctioning properly once again, get your vacuum working properly once again. And that's truly it. I actually have nothing else to say for this video tutorial, so we're gonna roll the outro. So without further ado, here is the outro. If you like this video tutorial, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.